Okay, so now as we have configured our MySQL master and slave replication, so it's not just configuring the replication. Now we need to monitor the replication. Now we need to know that what our replication is doing. Is it lagging? You can say that what are we fetching from the master, and what file are we fetching, and from which position we are fetching. And like question arise here is that where are we writing this to, like on which relay log file we have written to, and what's the position of the currently executed slave query in the relay log coordinates. And one more question arrive here is that what's the position of the currently executing slave query in master binary log coordinates. And this what this position tells us that how far we are from the master. So these are the questions which are answered by the show slave status, and this is the query which you guys will be oftenly coming to, and you will be executing this query. So let's jump into this status and see that what are we getting. Okay, so show slave status, it's giving us the one warning. That is the reason, because if I say show warnings, is saying that the show slave status is deprecated and will be removed from the future release. Please use show replica status. But still we are okay with that. And even if you execute the change master command, you also get 7-8 warnings as well, I mean, which also tells you that some of these naming convention has been changed from the slave to the replica. We can also use this one as well, but wherever you see the master or wherever you see the slave, they are converted into, this master is converted into a source and the slave is converted into the replica. Okay, but let's stick to what we have been with acronyms we have been using till since this configuration. So let's stick to that. Okay, so yeah, that's our show slave status. So what we are having here, so the first one we have is that slave IO state. Actually this is the process, it's a thread, like IO thread is a process, and what is saying to us that this tell us that what the thread is doing and trying to connect to the source. It's waiting from the events from the source or reconnecting to the source and so on, so something like that. So if I say show process list, then you will see it here. Okay, not /g. So this is something, where is the, yeah, system user. So slave has it all the relog and waiting for the updates. So this is the process which is waiting. Okay, so that's what that's the first variable we are seeing here. Okay, so let's get back to that. And the second one we have is the master host. What is that? That's just from the name says that it's the IP of the master and master user. Then we have the port and connecting the retry. This is the variable which tells you that keep connecting till it's tell you that the number of the second between connection retries, so it will after every 60 seconds is going to retry to connect to the master in case you have any network failure. Okay, the next one we have is the master log file. Yeah, and so this is the name of the source binary log file from which the IO thread is currently reading. And the next one we have the read log. The master log position is the position in the current source binary log file up to which the IO thread has read. Okay, so the master and the read master log, they both are related to them on the other side, on the source side. On the source side. Next we have the relay log file and the relay log position. It's like how much the IO thread have written to the relay log file and the relay log positions. Actually these guys don't matter much, but in case if you want to recover your slave, then you guys use this. Okay, then we have is the relay master log file. Is the name of the source binary log file containing the most recent event executed by the SQL thread. Okay, so That's the file which is executing by the SQL thread. Actually it's the name of the your binary log file of the master, but it's telling you that till this master binary log file, the SQL thread has applied the changes on your slave database. And the next two, the magic words we have is the slave IO running and the slave SQL running. So what are these two is the first one, the SQL slave IO running, is if your IO thread is connecting to the master, it has three options: yes, connecting, and no. So the yes means that yes, it's running and it's connecting, and the no means that the replica thread is not running, so it will show you no. And the connecting means that okay, the IO thread is running but it's not able to connect. So in that case, you might be having any network issues, or you need to check your privileges that the slave user we are using here, this one have the right privileges to connect to the master or not. Okay, so next few things are related to from here to here, from like if you there's a filters if you want to use, if you want to skip any table or any database or something, whatever you want. So wildcards you can use. These things we will be doing in the future, how we can ignore any database, but actually these are it's not mainly used these days because the storage is very cheap, and people don't care if they have to buy some multiple GBs or any even terabytes. So yes, and the next we have is the last error number, and the last error, it will give you the SQL errors. Okay, so whatever the SQL error is, it's going to the number, and it is going to what are like it will give you the string what kind of error you have. Okay, so next we have the skip counter. That's the current value of the SQL slave skip counter system variable. Actually we use it in a bin log position type of master slave, where you want to skip some kind of error. Let's say you got an error about that the duplicate key, then if you think that if it is like skippable, so then you can skip that transaction. This is how you can skip a transaction. Actually it's about like there are some errors which we are going to in the future. I will show you guys how you can skip a transaction, how you can use this thing. So that's about the future thing. And then we have is the exe master log file position. So the position, this is the position in the current source binary log file. Okay, this is the position in the current source binary log file to which the SQL thread, I'm saying again, the SQL thread has read and executed. Okay, so what is saying, said that 6 and that this 66379033, it is the position in the master binary log file, and it's telling us that till this position the SQL thread on the slave side has read it and it has executed. Okay, so this is what tell us that okay, so this is how it tell us that so till this position I have applied, and you can check it from the master, or even check from the master this one, the read master log position, that which tell us that till this tell us that if there is a difference, then it means that this till this position I have read, and these number of position I haven't read and executed, so you tell us that this much I am lagging behind. Okay, so next is the relay log space. That's a total combined size of all the existing relay log files we have. And then we have some until log file. These are things which when you want to like stop and there are something for recovery use, you guys we are going to use it, so don't worry about this. We are going to check these in the future and I will tell them. There are some master SSL allowed and all that SSL level and few things related to security level if you want to use them. And the main thing here is the second behind master. Okay, so what is the second behind master? Okay, so in this case if you see here, it's telling us that it's 0. Okay, actually it's not zero doesn't mean that the master that if it doesn't mean that the IO thread have to read all. So it's not about the difference between the binary log files of the master and the executed master log file of the slave, but actually it's about the master log file here, okay, and the relay log file, and the relay log file here where it is, the relay master log file is something here, yeah, this one, okay. So if these are equal, okay, the master log file and the relay log file, if these are equal, plus if the relay master log file position, okay, if the this one, if the read master log file position and the executed master log position are equal, then this means that they are, then it means that they are equal. In case if there is any if it's like 20 or 30, then it means that our read master log file position is ahead than the executed master log position, okay. Obviously one more thing here is that the read master log file position might always be ahead if your master is busy, if your master is having a lot of DMLs, then because the read is very easy and it's like this, so it's like in a blink of an eye. But obviously the SQL threads, it's by default it's a single thread, and it's only single thread. It will be using obviously is it going to execute each and every statement, so it will take time. So you might see most of the time that your master is second behind is some value here. So this is how you can tell that how much I am lagging behind. So, and these are the last IO error. This is about the IO errors and the SQL thread error numbers. So this tells you about that. And if you have any if you want to ignore any database, it tells you the master server ID, you know that it's one, and it's a master server unique, it's a unique identifier here. And the master if this is the file where it's stored all the information about its master, it's the master, the slave store all the information about its master. If you see here, exit ls slash var lib, sorry guys, var slash lib MySQL ll, let's check this file, okay. I think so by default in the MySQL 8 it's stored in the table, so okay, so it doesn't exist. So this means that our master info repository is set to table, and that means that in MySQL 8.0.23 by default it is set to table. So let's see, let me show you that what's inside. It's let me first check if the variable is set to master info repository set to table. Let me show you that as well. It's master info repository, yes. Okay, yeah, so it's table, and the table it's used is that it's MySQL dot slave master info. And let me show you something from there. Select static from MySQL. Let me show you the table from there. Is use MySQL, okay, and show tables. So if you see here, select static from this one, slave master info, okay. So it is going to okay guys, let me, so here is store every information about it master, okay. So it's saying, telling you that this is my master. It's saying that okay, this is the file I have, this is the file of the master log, this is the master log position as well, and all that. So every information we were having in the show slave status, most of this is coming from here, this table, and slow relay log, and this one, okay. So this is how things are working here. So if you see here, it's storing the username and even storing the password, okay. So these are the things we have here, and this is the port and all that, so everything is coming from here. Okay, so this is where the master, this is where the slave is storing is the information about its master. Is okay, it's master, yes. So if before it was in the 5.7, the master info repository, this one is file. So when it's a file, you will see this file inside here, like something like that. Okay, but it's not here, so that is why so that means that the master info repository is set to table. So that's okay, let me type the command again. Okay, so that was the master info. So you know that what is this master info file. So if it is set, if it was set to file, then every information will be available in the server, and anybody who is have access to this directory, then he can know what is the password of the MySQL replication user, and what's the username, and what's is the password, and and the user have some rights to read the binary log files. Then obviously he cannot access your tables, but if someone is trying to use that user, then he can know what's inside, what are the events happening inside your binary. Like it's what is going to see, command will be like show bin log events, then he can know that what is the query executing, and he can get some queries from your tables, from your database. So that was most of the things which I have described. And as the GTID is not set here, so most of the information about the GTID, yeah, it's this one, auto positioning, and retrieve GTID set, executed GTID sets, we are going to check them in the next few tutorials, maybe in the after 5 or 6 tutorials, where we will be enabling the GTID modes. And obviously after 5.6, most of the people are going for GTID because it's very easy to recover your slave. So okay, so that's set for what is behind the show slave status, and why do we need the show slave status.